Hello students, welcome back to classes on IoT. So next is about the application and analytics layer. We are talking about the architecture. So functional stack, core IoT functional stack, its architecture we are talking about. So the other network communication layer and its subsystem layers and all we have seen in the previous session. Please, those who have not watched the video, please watch the videos. The links I have already shared. Okay. In application and analytics layer, once connected to the network, your smart object exchanges the information with the other system, right? For that purpose, this application layer is required. So as soon as the IoT network spans more than a few sensors, the power of the internet of things appears in the applications that make use of information exchanged with the smart object. So analytics versus control application. Here we have to consider several classification for from an architectural standpoint. So the basic classification, analytics application. So under application layer there are various classifications we will be seeing. So one is analytics application. So this type of application collects data from multiple smart object. Okay, multiple type maybe, or multiple number of units of smart objects. It gathers the data or information, processes the collected data and displays the information resulting from the data that was processed. Since data is aggregated from several sources, information will be data is processed into information and same will be displayed. Then we have control application. So this is the type of application controls the behavior of the smart object or the behavior of an object related to the smart object. So it's a behavior description. Object behavior description is done by control application. Okay. Then there is a topic called data versus network analytics. So analytics means, or it's a general term that describes the processing that describes processing information to make sense of collected data. That's what analytics is. Processing the data and representation in terms of meaningful information. That is what called as data analytics. Okay. So there are possible classifications of analytic functions in IoT. So one is data analytics, other one is the network analytics. So data analytics is the one that processes the data collected by smart object and combines it to provide an intelligent view related to the IoT system. Okay. For example, collection of the data like temperature, pressure, wind, humidity, light level, they are collected from the thousands of various sensors that may be combined and then processed to determine the likelihood of a storm or a common feature, okay, and its possible path. That's what data analytics is. And network analytics is the here most of IoT system are built around smart object connected to the network. Loss of or degradation in the connectivity is likely to affect the efficiency of the system. Right? Network analytics loss of or degradation in connectivity. So that is likely to affect the efficiency of the overall system. Such a loss can have dramatic effects like open mines use a wireless network to automatically pilot drum truck. So a lasting loss of connectivity may result in an accident or degradation of operation efficiency. Okay. Next, we have data analytics versus business benefit. So data analytics is one of the biggest feature or important feature in IoT. Almost any object can be connected and multiple type of sensors can be installed on a given object. Collecting and interpreting the data generated by these devices is where the value of IoT realized. Okay. Then we have the meaning of we have to discuss about the smart services. So the ability to use IoT to improve the operation is often termed as smart service, right? The ability to use the Internet of Thing technology to improve the operation, which is called a smart service. So the term is generic, and in many cases the term is used, but its meaning is often stretched to include one form of service or another where an additional level of intelligence is provided. Fine. Fundamentally, smart services use IoT and aim for efficiency. Example is sensor can be installed on equipment to ensure ongoing enforcement. Ongoing conformance with the regulations or safety requirement. This angle of efficiency can take multiple forms from presence sensors in hazardous area to weight threshold violations detections on the truck. So that is for the dump truck problem. That's what they have considered here. Any smart service you can consider. So smart service in the sense as soon as the sensor triggers, necessary action should be taken. Okay, for example, suppose it's a home automation. Suppose the door, somebody is trying to open the door, then immediately that alarm should send, uh, the alarm should burglar alarm should start. Otherwise, if it is set like if the person stays at remote location, then an SMS should be provided immediately as per the alarm. So obviously that sirens hooks on apart from it, hooking of siren, an SMS should be sent instantaneously to the owner of the house. Somebody is trying to open the lock, open your door like that. Some important or so emergency SMS should be either SMS or whatever the way of communication, email or whatever. Some kind of sort of notification assertion should be sent in real world. That's what makes the that's what defines about the smart service. Okay. Next, we have the data management and compute stack. So data management and compute stack, mainly there are requirements for data management and compute. So minimizing the latency. Latency means delay, right? Normally delay is defined in terms of seconds or milliseconds. Okay. So minimizing the latency or reducing the amount of delay in transmission or in communication, in that improves the efficiency. Then conserving the network bandwidth, right? Efficient way of conservation of the network bandwidth, again, which improves the efficiency. Increasing the local efficiency. So increasing of local efficiency in that sense, collecting of the and securing the data across a wide geographic area with a different environmental condition may not be useful. So the environmental condition is the one area trigger a local response independent from the conditions of the another site hundreds of miles away. So the thing is increasing the local efficiency. So gathering the data from the far away locations may not be efficient because of obviously because of the data loss concept. So you have to gather the, I mean the system. I have to set the system in such a way that system should gather the local data efficiently in terms of tens of meters or hundreds of meters, whatever the amount of sensors and actuators provided. So from that data should be aggregated efficient way to increase the um, data gathering efficiency of the overall system, and hence it will be improved such data will be taken for the analytics purpose, and improved result can be provided, accurate result can be provided, right? So this is the diagram shows the traditional IT cloud computing model. Endpoints are nothing but the system, or you can say it can be a computer or node, whatever. Then there is a core network and data center or cloud. So core network where you can see the connections, network connections, as well as the uh, data storage node, and finally data center or cloud application on top. So this involves several processes like fog computing and cloud computing concepts we have to see. Okay, please go through these details, diagrams and all. Let us discuss about this the last one, that is data management and compute stack in detail in the next session. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video.